So at the beginning of this year, our team started to explore ClickHouse to power a test analytics platform. Today I'll be walking you through Buildkite's journey of adopting ClickHouse and share how it's transformed our test engine platform. So my name is Gordan. I'm from Wellington, New Zealand. I've been in the software industry for over a decade and worked across many different industries as a product engineer. I've been at Buildkite for almost 4 years working on developer tooling. So today you'll be walking away from this talk understanding how Buildkite adopted ClickHouse to drive a customer-facing analytical platform. So I'm going to introduce you to Buildkite and Test Engine to just give you a bit of context. Early this year I gave a talk on February when we just started to deploy toes in ClickHouse. So I'll give you a quick 1 minute summary of that talk. And then I'll talk to you about what's changed since then in the last 6 months, how we've adopted and leveraged ClickHouse in the Test Engine platform. Fingers crossed to the demo gods. I'm going to do a demo of Test Engine product and showcase some of the features that are now powered by ClickHouse. And then I'm just going to round out the talk with an impact of our recent 6-month journey. So hands up if you know Buildkite. Keep your hands up if you use Buildkite. Okay, so a few hands. So I'll tell you what Buildkite is. Buildkite is a scale-up delivery platform. We help world-leading engineering teams deliver software at incredible speed. So Buildkite's best known for its CI/CD pipeline orchestration product. We have some customers like Slack, Reddit, Canva, Airbnb, Shopify that rely on Buildkite to ship their products. We also have some customers that are world-leading in the generative AI space. So we're talking about Buildkite, now let's talk about Test Engine. So I worked on a Test Engine product for the last 3+ years. Test Engine speeds builds by helping teams understand the test suite. So we provide management tools and workflows to allow customers to perform actions, such as quarantining the tests and labeling them. So you can think of Buildkite's core CI product that displays information about a single build to our customers, one build at a time. So what Test Engine is all about is about aggregating all those results from all those builds into one place. So by gathering all of the data from many builds, we can help teams understand their test performance and identify problematic tests. So we can identify tests that are slow or flaky, tests that might be blocking or slowing down the delivery of code to production. Another thing that Test Engine does is help customers reduce the overall build time by intelligently splitting their tests to run across many machines in parallel. So just a quick recap of that talk that I gave earlier in the year, just to give you a bit of context. So last year in 2024, we started investing in stream processing using Flink and Apache Kafka to scale the data ingestion platform. So we use Kafka to propagate test events and Flink to pre-aggregate metrics. And we use Flink to sync those aggregates to various data stores, which were accessed by our user-facing application. So at the beginning of this year, we started exploring ClickHouse, and we adopted it to solve a specific use case. We leveraged ClickHouse's new JSON data type to allow customers to tag the test events with metadata, and then allow them to perform real-time analytics without relying on pre-canned or pre-aggregated reports. This was quite successful. ClickHouse unlocked the potential for our customers to explore the test data in ways that were intuitive to them. So today I want to share a bit more about how the initial adoption has led to a much larger transformation in our Test Engine platform. If you want to find the video of the previous talk, I think it's on YouTube. You can find some practical tips in that video, and it goes over why we chose ClickHouse as well. This is our high-level overview of what Test Engine's ingestion platform looks like today. So customers, they send us test results from their CI, and we use Kafka to propagate that data through our ingestion system. We use Flink for stateful stream processing and data syncing. The majority of the data flows into ClickHouse Cloud, the managed service that's provided by ClickHouse. And our users interface with the monolithic Buildkite application. It's a Ruby on Rails web application that's backed by Postgres. Just to give you some numbers, in my last talk, I talked about I mentioned that we were ingesting 3 billion test events each month. Now, 6 months later to today, we actually quadrupled that volume, so we're ingesting 12 billion test events every month. And at peak, that means that we are handling over 25,000 events per second. So let's cover what has changed. So some of you may have done the math and figured out it's actually September, so it's actually 7 months. I thought 6 months sounds like a bit of numbers, round, it's even, and you can just say half a year. So let's just stick with 6 months. So as I mentioned before, we started with a small use case for ClickHouse in February, and we were really amazed by the query performance. As you saw in the previous presentation by Lexi, ClickHouse is blazingly fast. And that success gave us confidence to shift more of our workloads to ClickHouse and to unlock more capability, analytical capability for our customers, and also to just bring a bit more consistency in our backend. So our Flink pre-aggregations were quite expensive and inflexible. We were constantly running these aggregations behind the scenes, regardless of whether customers needed them or not. Another downside with these pre-aggregations is that we were locking customers into these pre-defined reports. There was no way for them to change parameters or anything. So by shifting the workloads to ClickHouse and leveraging the query performance, our customers can have far more flexibility to explore, search, filter, and sort through their test data. So ClickHouse today powers a lot of our test engine features. That includes test splitting, build analytics, and general analytics like search and filtering. So I'm going to try and show you what that looks like with a live demo of test engine. So this is a CI build inside Buildkite's pipeline product. Has anyone watched Chris Nolan's movie Inception? Where the characters go inside a dream within a dream? Well, this is Buildkite being built inside Buildkite. I think it's quite similar. So this build is composed of many steps. So let's look at the canvas. Okay, so it's working. I'm tethering off my phone. So this is a build that's composed of many steps, and it shouldn't be a surprise that the slowest step is building the test suite. If I click here, you can see that the step is actually broken down into 100 parallel steps. Test engine helps this build run faster by intelligently splitting this test across many different machines, and we aim to make them run roughly at the same duration. So we query this historical data from ClickHouse and to predict the duration of the test in order to generate this test plan. Let's go to our test tab. So users can view tests that were executed in this build on this tab here. All this information is retrieved from ClickHouse. From here, you can filter. You can filter the test. So let's filter by, let's say, let's filter by tag ClickHouse. Oh, excuse my typing. And let's filter by owner. So let's find tests that belong to the test engine team. And let's add one more filter. Let's find flaky tests. So this is all done by querying ClickHouse. So now from here, let's dive into the single test and view results across many different builds. So on the right-hand panel, you can see a single test run and the metadata associated with that test. As I mentioned earlier before, this is powered by the JSON data type inside ClickHouse. So from here, you can filter again. Let's filter by the main branch, for example. Let's change the date range. You see some metrics here. One interesting thing you can do is slice this data based on these tags that we've set. So let's slice the data by cloud provider. So looking at this P50 duration trend, you can see this test run runs quicker on the hosted provider compared to AWS. So it looks like interesting data. So all this analytics is provided by ClickHouse. Let's zoom out a bit further and look at tests. Here you can view all the metrics for all of our tests. This is all leveraging ClickHouse to perform the searching, the filtering, the aggregation, and the sorting. So let's do some filtering. Let's find tests owned by test engine. And let's add some columns. Let's count the number of executions and the total duration. And let's remove the branch filter. Let's find the slowest test. Okay, so this top row here, this is the slowest test in our test suite that belongs to the team test engine. As you can see here on this column, it has been executed 788 times in the last 7 days. And on average, it takes 26 seconds approximately to run. And in terms of compute time on machines, that's over 5 hours of compute. So all these aggregated metrics you see here are calculated live on demand from ClickHouse. There's no pre-can or pre-calculations. So let's go back to the slides. Okay, let's talk about the impact of this migration. Shifting workloads to ClickHouse has simplified our backend systems and reduced costs, unlocked more possibilities for analytics, and also enabled the team to rapidly deliver new functionality. I'm going to try and give you a concrete example in the context of test splitting. So previously, in our Flink land, we would pre-aggregate these metrics, like daily test duration, for every single test that we knew about. So this was quite expensive, and it ran constantly regardless of customers needed that data or not. So now with ClickHouse, we can calculate this test splitting data on demand when customers requested this. This eliminates all this wasteful pre-computation while simultaneously enabling more flexible analytics. Just a bit of background about how we did this migration. We wrote the backend code to fetch the data from ClickHouse and ran it in parallel to the old version. And we just had the feature flag enabled for a few organizations running the ClickHouse version. And then once we're happy with the results of this new version, we flipped the switch, moved everyone across, and then we tore down the legacy implementation. And it was actually really satisfying to tear down this code, or tear down the implementation. We deleted a lot of code, we dropped really Postgres tables, we deleted a lot of Kafka topics, retired a lot of Flink jobs. We also managed to completely retire our usage of DynamoDB. So at Buildkite, we have a Slack channel that's called Social Salmon, which celebrates the deletion of code. People not from Buildkite, have you figured out why we call this channel Social Salmon? Hands? Anyone want to take a guess? Okay. No one wants to guess? Some people oh yeah?
Red text.
Red text, yeah, that's exactly right. GitHub visualizes pull requests with, GitHub visualizes pull request changes with colored blocks. So when the majority of the code change is deletion, those blocks turn red, which kind of looks like a salmon. So in the last 6 months, migrating workloads to ClickHouse has deleted a lot of code, more than what's pictured in the slide, and the code base is healthier for it. Let's talk about cost savings. Our finance team at Buildkite loves this slide. We've onboarded more customers and quadrupled test event volumes over the past 6 months, but we also reduced our net spend by 5 figures per month. So I did some quick napkin math. For every $1 of spend on ClickHouse, we actually approximately saved $8 elsewhere. That's a 1-to-8 ratio. So those savings were achieved from retiring technologies and reducing capacity of infrastructure that was no longer needed. The majority of our savings actually came from scaling down our Flink workloads, which were performing those pre-aggregation computations that were very, very expensive. We reduced our Flink spend by about a bit over 60% while simultaneously quadrupling our monthly event throughput. As I mentioned earlier, we retired DynamoDB, saved several $1,000s there per month, and we also managed to halve our Aurora Postgres instance sizes, with still a lot of headroom available. So thanks to ClickHouse Cloud, we're doing a bit more, we're doing way more actually with less, and delivering greater analytical capabilities to our customers than ever before. So I'm going to try and wrap things up. Test Engine still uses technologies like Kafka, Flink, and Postgres, but ClickHouse plays a key role in our tech stack. It's enabled us to deliver on-demand, real-time analytics to our customers. Our customers can now leverage data in ways that is intuitive to them. They no longer have to rely on canned reports. ClickHouse has given them the freedom to slice and dice the data as they need. Migrating workloads to ClickHouse has simplified our tech stack, reduced costs, unlocked way more capabilities and possibilities. Our customers are delighted with the new features we've delivered recently and the accelerated delivery speed of those features. ClickHouse robust support for mutable data operations and comprehensive joins, combined with the developer-friendly SQL syntax, was a very excellent fit for our needs. So, in summary, we're very pleased with ClickHouse. So at the end of my previous talk, I shared some practical tips, but I think they can be distilled down to one simple idea, and that idea applies beyond just ClickHouse. And that idea is to develop some mechanical sympathy, understanding the tools you use, how the tools you use operate best. We found that ClickHouse provides lots of resources and content for you to make informed decisions and achieve that optimal performance. So I'll leave you today with this quote from a legendary race car driver. It's been a pleasure sharing. Thank you.
Thanks, Gordan. Let's open it up for some questions.